3, 2, 1. Warm personality. That's why they get close to me. Try their best to drive me wild. Say they want to have my child. I go away. They say come back. Why? Because I got it like that. Welcome to NGR Radio, Nerds Gone Rogue for short, or long. This is episode 130. I just woke up. I'm really tired. My name is Matthew Keel. You can find me at infinite_rewind on every social media platform in this reality, on this timeline. Alongside me, my bros. Moose, say hi.
Word. What's up?
You can find him at Svhenn. SvhennSwitch everywhere. He twitches at that name. He's an affiliate, and he likes to talk about PlayStation on Nerds Gone Platinum.
Yeah.
Corey, say hi.
Hello.
That's Corey Derrick. He's our video in chief. You can find him at CoreyinHD 86 everywhere, except he started changing his name. Now it's going to confuse me, so I'll let him sort that out.
I changed everything, Matt. You got to find it out. You got to find out. You can't find me.
Nerds Gone Rogue's
John Cena.
Figure out where Corey's at.
I don't know. That's what he does, right?
I don't know. And then we have a special guest today.
I don't know about the word special.
Well,
to an extent.
Oh no! I saw you change the color on your lights. You're special.
So special.
He decided to walk all those steps outside of his ivory tower and come down and play with us little people. Lee Navarro.
What's going on?
1/3 of the triumvirate of Phoenix Overdrive or Nerd Overdrive.
Yeah. Something like that. Whatever that one is.
You haven't done it in a while. I'm okay. It's okay if I get it wrong.
Yeah, it's all right. We haven't done it.
We are honored by the king.
He graces us with his presence. He steps down from the ivory tower.
You don't want to pump up my ego that much. Becky's just going to knock it back down later on. So
he'll float away. Oh man, good times. Nerds Gone Rogue.
Yeah.
Woo!
Done this 130 times. Can you believe this?
That's insanity, man. That's just insanity.
We're nearing Moose's 100th episode.
I know.
God.
Moose, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good about that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Yeah. You're close to having 200 episodes on podcasting because you're almost to 100 for NGP.
That's right.
And you're almost to 100 here.
Yeah. It's getting there.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be on the number 1 show on the internet, Moose?
Feels pretty good. Yeah. I like it. Got some good co-hosts.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys play video games?
Nope.
Yeah.
Played a bunch. What'd you play, Moose?
One. I played a bunch of one. So I've been playing Far Cry 5 for a co-op challenge to platinum, and I platinumed it, I believe, late Saturday, or it might have been early Sunday. Maybe it was early Sunday. I can't remember which, but Jurgen, from our party person from the Denmark, helped me out.
He's not from Denmark. He's from the Netherlands.
Netherlands. My bad. He helped me out, ran around, killed and shot some shit, and they were doing the Clutch Nixon challenges, which were fun. So that was a good time. And then I didn't know what the heck to play because I was like, why don't I have Far Cry 5 anymore? Which I'm so happy that New Dawn is coming out in like a month or like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. So I'll be able to play that. I might actually take that Friday off and actually like play it at launch. But anyways. So I've been playing that, loving that, love that game. I actually am talking to the guys about adding Far Cry 4 to our co-op challenge because I just want more Far Cry. But anyways,
Such a good series, it really
is. Well, okay, so for those who don't know, Far Cry 5 is the first game I've played to completion. It was the first game I played like an hour or two of it, and the only reason I put it down was because it wasn't grabbing me like I thought it would, and I also had the challenge, the backlog challenge of 2018. So I was like, I don't have time to invest in this. I got to get to beating some games. So anyways, I'm glad we added to the co-op challenge. It's great. I also played some Don't Starve Together with some Twitch community friends, which is awesome. I love that game. Like, first time we played it, I was Woody. He's a lumberjack, but like if he cuts down too many trees too quickly, he turns into a beaver, like a big ass beaver. And so
metaphors in this game already.
They were struggling to keep me alive. So this time I went with like the main male character from the original game, Wilson, and survived like way longer. So like we had a good system going. They were doing their things to try and help us survive through the night, and I was just going out and hunting food to make sure we were fed. And like it was a good team effort. And then we tried to take on some spiders, and every single spider that we tried to take on from this little nest like attacked me, jumped on me, and killed me, and then it was all downhill from there. So it's Don't Starve Together is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun co-op. I'm the last playing, and I look forward to playing more of it. I've also been playing, and Matt, correct me if I'm not wrong, it's Skyrogue on the Switch.
Yeah, that's right.
Love that game. I he recommended it to me, and I was just perusing the sales on the eShop, and I was like, I think it's $6.99. I was like, $7. I've paid more for a shitty meal. I'm like, let's jump in here.
I've gone to McDonald's.
So I bought it, started playing it, love it. Okay. First of all, like the arcade mode is pretty cool to get you into the game and learning the controls. But then I turned that off after like 3 or 4 missions, and I actually enjoy it more with just the regular controls that you're supposed to use. Like they suggest you start with the arcade mode controls, which I do agree with them. And then once you get the feel of the game and what you're doing, switch over, turn those off. You can just go right into options and turn them off. But game's a lot of fun. Looking forward to playing more of it and beating it. And then I also started last night. I tried to start Hitman 2, but I was in a party, and the party chat, we were really talking. Sometimes we're quiet because we're all concentrating on our own games and just say something like here or there. But last night we were all just like talking like crazy, so I couldn't hear the dialogue and all that. And I'm like, this is gonna ruin the experience. So I'm gonna go back to it when I'm not in a party and play it, which I'll probably play more of it this week. But then I switched to Mutant Zero, Path to whatever Dawn.
Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden.
Yeah, thank you. Road to Eden. Thank you. Freaking, can we have more freaking titles in the name? Like, just call it Mutant. Just call it.
What if they want to make a sequel?
Corey, shut the hell up. Anyway, so
because then it'll be Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden, Intermission.
The game's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'd recommend it if you like games. Like it does play like XCOM, so it's like a RTS. But I'm enjoying it. The story's pretty cool so far. I highly recommend checking it out. Matt, check it out. I think you'd like it.
Oh, I think that. I think I'm almost done with Hitman, so I think that'll probably be the next game I stream regularly. Nice. So cool. I'm still, and that could change between now and whenever I decide to start, based on something you brought to my mind today. That game looks cool.
Oh, what I texted you
Hong Kong
about?
Massacre or whatever.
Oh yeah, that game's gonna be awesome.
Like you want. Hey guys, any of you like John Woo movies?
Yeah.
Like good John Woo movies, like The Killer, Hard Boiled.
I do.
They're not even looking.
They're not even listening.
I've never thought I'd see a day where Corey and Lee were both equally bored with me.
No.
This is actually tryouts for Lee to replace you. So.
Oh, shit.
Nope, not doing it. Didn't he do? Didn't John Woo do Face Off?
Yeah, he did Face Off. He did Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow.
Yeah,
but like before
he did
that,
Stranglehold. He did Stranglehold with Chow Yun-fat.
Those are the only two. Maybe it's like 2 or 3 movies of his that I've only really ever seen. Just
okay. Well, okay. So
did he do what? Mission Impossible? He did one of them.
He did one of them. Yeah, he did the worst one. He did like the worst one. Yeah. He did like the worst one. At least I think that's the worst one. It's been forever since I've seen it. But no, his early, I guess it would be Cantonese language films that he did while he did early Chow Yun-fat movies, like Hard Boiled, The Killer, Bullet to the Head. They're like they created, like, you ever see the movie Jackie Brown?
Yes.
Like, you remember when Samuel L. Jackson's talking about everyone wants the 2 Glocks in their hands, like The Killer?
Mm-hmm.
They're referencing those movies because basically Chow Yun-fat was the guy with 2 guns that could just go in and just kill anything in the most outlandish way possible. This game looks like Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
And it looks really goddamn good. So
it looks cool because you can like jump over stuff as you're shooting at people. It's got a little bit of a Max Payne feel to it,
the slow motion mechanic is what really sort of I'm like, oh, he's flipping over tables, cool. And then I see the slow motion mechanic. I'm like, oh, that's different. So yeah, I'll definitely play that game. Yeah. But yeah, what are you, Lee? You're the guest here. You're done with your popsicle.
Yeah.
What have you been playing? You been playing anything?
I played the Anthem demo over the weekend. I didn't have any issues with it.
Okay, save that because I'm pretty sure both these 2 chuckleheads played it. I'll let you guys all talk about that at once.
I played a little bit of it.
So anything else?
Yeah, I also played. It's an early access game. It's called They Are Billions. It's an RTS.
Oh, that game looks cool.
Yeah, it's got this like Victorian steampunk thing going on with it. So I thought that it sounded a lot of fun, and I love RTSs. So basically, it's you against zombies. You're building your colony, preventing the zombies from infecting it, because if they infect one of your buildings, it's hell to pay, and good luck trying to contain it, especially if it's like early in your colony management. The other thing I like about it that's different from other RTSs is that you can pause it, but still strategize, in that you can place your buildings, your whatever tactical decisions you need to make. Definitely different from other RTSs that I've played. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to try it out, and I can't wait to keep playing it, because I think if they get out of early access and they're able to, if Numancian Games is what I think they're called, if they're able to get out of early access and they're able to get this going, I think it's going to be a fun game to play. So nice. And let's see. Oh yeah, also played WoW, because it's WoW.
Wow, it's WoW.
Yeah. Can't get over it. Becky was like, "Let's go play WoW." I'm like, "Okay." Don't have to drag me to it. So yeah.
No, please don't make me play it, please.
Yeah. You know what was terrible is a couple weeks ago she said, "Let's go play WoW," and I said, "Hold on, let me get some house stuff done, some projects done around the house."
Yeah.
So we can go play. Well, it turns out those took way longer than anticipated, and we did not end up getting to play. So we were like, well, let's make sure we play, the next possible weekend. And even though we only played for maybe an hour and a half at most, it didn't fill that longing for it. So we're gonna be late. So I think this weekend we're looking to add more game time for ourselves.
Cool.
Are you liking the new expansion?
I do. There's parts of it that I'm not a fan of. They do this thing with your gear, with your armor. It's called artifact power or something like that, and I don't know. It's something that I still have to get accustomed to. It's not like when you probably played Moose, where it was get the best possible in-slot gear and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then throw on like enchantments on it, throw on like jewels on it, and you're done.
Yeah.
No, this one is like you.
Yeah,
you
Joel Craft was the last job I think that was at it when I was playing.
And then after that, there was like inscriptions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, you add skill, you add artifact power to your pool, and you're able to upgrade your armor with specific abilities that help with your talent build and with your specialty, whatever. So it's a hell of a lot more different than what it used. I mean, even before this expansion with Legion, they had like a legendary weapon that you stuck with for the entire course of the expansion. You did not change that weapon at all. So that was different too. So it's definitely different from the WoW that you used to play, but I like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm 115, like 5 bars from 116.
What is the new cap? 120?
120. And I thought, honestly, this might be like the final expansion, but it doesn't look like it.
No. Until they dip down below like 5 million users.
Yeah, they're going to keep
a year. They're going to keep going. And rightfully so. I mean, when I play it, I love the game. It's just I don't have the time to commit to it. I want to play so many other games.
Like Bloodborne.
I didn't play Bloodborne, so
no, he didn't. He,
he's been Far Cry 5. That's one more game than you platinum this year, or I don't know, almost ever. So
I've only platinum one game. I don't need a trophy to satisfy my life.
I think I've platinum more games this year than Corey ever has. Yeah, because I've platinum 5 this year.
I've only platinum 1.
Yeah,
suck it. It was a good one.
It is a good one. Horizon Zero Dawn is a good play.
Horizon Zero Dawn is a good one to have.
Yeah.
Corey, what are you playing? Anything? Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, Lee. Were you finished? I didn't know.
Yes. Yeah. No, that was it. Just
I didn't want to be stepping.
No. You're good. You're good.
I'll step on Moose a lot just because he allows it.
It's Moose. He likes it. It's fine.
Corey,
gets
what are you
excited. Ruffles his beard feathers. I've been playing.
Forces him to drink another IPA.
No beer.
I've been playing some new Super Mario Brothers U on the Switch still. Just kind of, it's that game that you kind of just play like 1 or 2 levels and you're like, I'm good. I'm good. And then I'm playing some Destiny. I was playing Destiny actually, that and the Division 1. Because we do the new shows based on those games now, and I was trying to study the games on how Anthem is going to fit into this kind of games as a service model, and what it does well, and what it could improve, and what maybe it could steal from the other games. And Destiny's still fun to shoot stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but it's pretty lonely being a Guardian right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Not a lot of people playing.
I mean, not a lot of my friends are playing. There's still a lot of people playing, but who wants to be social in a multiplayer game? Am I right?
Not with new people.
No, not with new people. So, but I've been playing that. I play a little bit of the Division. But the big thing I played this weekend was obviously Anthem. The VIP demo went up, and
we'll talk about that in a second.
I know. I'm just trying to. My expectations for that game have changed since I played this game.
Okay.
Just based on how I feel they're going to try to position this game, because they're not positioning it to be Destiny or the Division. I kind of think they want it to be more like it's like a mix between, they want it to be like Warframe and Mass Effect. It's like this weird multiplayer shooter with missions, but they want it to have that story like Mass Effect also. And like after it's gonna be different when I assess the end game, because the end game is gonna be really. I really don't know how to position Anthem right now, because like when I was playing it, I thought I knew what it was going in, which it still kind of is. It's a loot shooter RPG style thing, but my expectations started changing as Jesse and I were playing and kind of playing the different missions, and I tried to get in the free roam mode, but Xbox was having all sorts of problems getting online, and so we didn't really get to do the free range stuff or the stronghold. So, but I did unlock the Colossus Titan or Colossus Javelin, and it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Colossus is gonna be my class, I think.
Cool.
But yeah, just I'm playing 3 games as a service right now. I'm not really interested in playing anything else, even though I would like to be playing other things. It's just like I stare at all the games in my libraries on all my systems, and I'm like, I don't want to start something new right now. Just wanna play something familiar. So that's kind of it though for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with me, more Hitman, more Onrush. I am now 2 trophies from the Onrush Platinum.
Nice.
And they are annoying. The other one, Hitman, I have 100%ed finally every map on Hitman 2. The only other trophies I have for Hitman 2 stuff is like the prologue, not the fake boat one, but the ICA facility prologue, where it's where they're teaching you how to do things that you actually use. You end up using a surprising amount later on in the game. So I just have to go back and do that. That should be quick. I was going to do that today on stream, but sleep happened. And when Matt falls asleep when his body says sleep. And I decided, I woke up at noon. I'm like, nope, not streaming. So yeah, pretty soon I will be going back through the Hitman 2016 stuff. And that game's still good, man. That game is still fun. It still makes me laugh a lot, a lot more than I thought a game ever could.
Makes me laugh watching you. So
Yeah.
It was a good job.
it's a fucking good game. And
hey, did that just happen?
Yep. Yeah. Well, and see, and like there are a couple of YouTubers I follow. Well, there are 3 regarding Hitman. There's Whoopzilla, Mr. Freeze 2244, and Big Mooney 06. And for some reason, I was looking at Twitter this weekend, and I saw that all 3 of them had gotten like some shit from stupid commenters, and it hit them. It hit them, a weird way. And I was just sort of looking. I'm like, man, people are stupid. As if this is new. But like, it's funny. Mr. Freeze 2244. Like, I use a lot of his video because he's really good at the game. Like, he will find a way to get you a silent assassin suit only in the tiniest amount of time possible. And that's cool if you want to do that, but I'll look at his videos as like a guide, and I won't really try and follow them to the letter because the game doesn't work that way. And while you can find a lot of, you certainly can like mirror their stuff and get really close to what they do. The game works in a way. It's not like this isn't really random generation, but the way that the machinery starts working in those games, it's dependent upon the actions of the player a lot of the time. And apparently people got really pissed because they took a wrong step and like he didn't alert them to that. And I was like, how like he's supposed to know where you're gonna go and how everything's gonna react to you? That's just, people are dumb. But yeah, so I think people like that should be thanked for what they do, for taking their time, and maybe not throw so many expectations at them. Also, I'm going to bring it up again. Moose showed me that video of what's it called again? Hong Kong Massacre.
The Hong Kong Massacre.
The Hong Kong Massacre. That game looks fucking cool. It came out last week. You should play it.
No, it comes out this week.
Oh, it says January 22 on all the trailers.
No, they must have pushed it a week because it's on the drop for this week.
Okay, well, you can play it. It looks really good.
Yeah, play it, because I looked on the PSN store because I was going to buy it as soon as I saw it, but it's not up yet. So They might have had to push it just to get some extra things approved.
And
Games
then
have done that before. Sorry.
And then I know you guys all played the Anthem demo, so I'll tee you up into that. Now I saw Moose. I saw your kind of hot take on it. You seemed the least whelmed by this.
Well, my opinions changed after I like played a little bit more of it. So like I first got into it and was just like walking around the world. I know it's a beta, but I'm just like, okay. I mean, it looks decent, and then you get in like it's some of the stuff is like confusing, like how you change the look of your mech, how you do this. It's like just make a good UI, like make a good user interface and let us play your game and not have to be like, where is this? Like, where is this? And so I got in with a buddy of mine from the Twitch community, and we were playing, and one of his friends joined us, and we got some missions done. I like the verticality. The more I played it, the more I started to like it. But it's still not enough to take me away from the Division 2. So I still will probably not pick it up just because I'd rather play the Division 2 because I know that's something I love. And this is only a beta, so it's not showing me any story. The story could completely suck. The gameplay could be completely different when that game actually comes out. But the verticality of the suit is pretty cool, like being able to jump up and fly around for a little bit till you overheat, and then also being able to like hover so you can get like a lay of the land and figure out what your next point of attack is, and then being able to carry different weapons and upgrading your weapons was pretty cool. And then like Lee said, I had no issue playing the game. Now, Lee, did you play on PC?
Yeah.
Okay, so I played on PS4 for the listeners, and I had no issue. I had no issue getting into the servers. I had no issue with lag playing, like joining games. I had no issues like that. The only time I did have an issue was late in my session. I started rubber banding like crazy, and I had the Colossus Javelin, and I colored it just like the Hulkbuster because I was like, that's exactly what it is. And like I went out to do a mission, it was flying around and rubber banding like crazy. I'm just like, this is not fun. So I just like, I told the guy I was with, the dudes I was with, I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I've seen enough. I'm gonna go play. I think I went and played Far Cry because I was like, I've got to finish this platinum. And so I left the game to do that. And I was gonna try and go back on Sunday, but I never ended up going back. So, but that's my take on it. It's cool. I think it's going to be fun. I had fun. The shooting mechanics were good in it. I don't know if either of you guys think that, Corey or Lee, but I thought the shooting was pretty good.
I mean, it felt like Mass Effect 3 is what it felt like. The shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's straight up from Mass Effect 3. At least that's what I remember Mass Effect feeling like. So
it was good enough. Like it wasn't overwhelmingly like, oh my gosh, the gunplay is amazing. No, it was good enough to.
It's good enough to get you by while you charge up other abilities so you can combo with your team. Is what they want you to have an assortment of javelins on your team so you can pull off some cool combos with, throwing grenades or rockets or I didn't get to use the Storm or the Interceptor yet, but to combo things with them. And then, the Colossus has this giant shield that you can kind of run through guys with, or he has the mini nuke launcher that I unlocked, which was pretty cool. It can take out big enemy, a lot of enemies at once, and that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to use the guns, even though the guns are cool. Like Lee said, the shooting's serviceable. It's just not, it's not the Division or even I would even almost throw it up against Resident Evil 2, the remake. But the shooting is serviceable, and I think that benefits the game because there's no PvP, so they don't really have to balance the shooting for that. But I think it's cool. The verticality in that game is astonishing. That's one thing I do have to say is that world and the depth of that world kind of makes the Destiny feel flat which, you know, at points it's not, but you know, that world is very flat unless you go into a building or whatever. The one thing that kind of surprised me though a little bit was, and I don't know why it surprised me, it shouldn't surprise me, but like when you go into a cavern or something, like it loads into a new area instead of just being fully open, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But I guess if there's a game that big with all these things running behind in the background, like that's going to happen. But it just kind of threw me off that you kind of load into another area.
Yeah.
So, but I liked it. Like I said, my expectations while playing it are kind of changing a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a world where people play the game every day. You know, like people were grinding in the Division every day,
yep,
in the Dark Zone and stuff, or Destiny. Yeah. People play Destiny every day, but like, I don't know if this is going to be that game after a month or 2 months or whatever, and people will just jump back in when there's new content to play through, right? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Plus, they said all their DLC is going to be free, so I don't know how big their DLC drops are going to be either.
Well, if it's not an everyday thing, like, do you think that's a good design choice, or do you think that's just lack of content?
No, I think people are going to try to play through the story and play through the end game and do the strongholds and stuff. But after like a month or so, I see a lot of people dropping off. A, because the Division's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But B, like, I don't think it's going to be a lack of content. I just think like once you hit a certain point, and I think the lack of competitive stuff really kind of influences that as well, because like once you reach max level or whatever, right, and find like the guns you like using or the abilities you like using, what are you pursuing, you know? Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see the end game of this. I'm
sorry to interrupt, but I think that's a question to ask after the game is released, because
I know that's what I'm saying.
Because at some point, you know, I could have said, well, what were you pursuing all those hours in Destiny?
Yeah, but Destiny has a competitive
trying to get a Gallahorn, trying to get Sleeper Simulant. It could be trying to get this weapon that I don't have.
Yeah, but this game doesn't seem to be based around the weapons like Destiny is.
Right, but I'm just posing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just trying to come at it from like a Destiny is really built around having an attachment to these exotic weapons, and that's what you use to fight people with mostly, you know. Whereas Anthem, the game is designed around the javelins, right? All the javelins have special abilities that you combo with other javelins, and it's less about the guns and more about the abilities that you can use to combo with people, right? And so, like, your stat, I think people are going to start grinding towards, like, how do I get my javelin to fly faster or have more armor or provide better shields for people, like those types of things, instead of, oh, well, I found this really awesome assault rifle. Is there one that has higher stats or whatever? But again, that's how everybody kind of went into Destiny. They didn't know that you're going to be attached to all these weapons in Destiny either. So like I'm trying to balance expectations, but I think they're looking at this more of like a multiplayer Mass Effect than a Destiny killer. You know what I mean? So
right. Now, when you say the demo, was it PvP, PvE?
There's no PvP at all
in the game at all.
No, there's no competitive aspect at all to this game. It's all based on cooperation and combos that you can do with your teammates during missions. So that's why I said like a lack of competitive game types might prevent people from coming back. Because like a lot of people went back to Destiny because of Trials of Osiris, because of Iron Banner, because of these competitive modes that they kept bringing out every month and every weekend. And that's why Destiny 1, I think, had such a long tail for a lot of people. You know, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I drop off of Destiny when I'm finished with content, unless we're like raiding or something. You know, I wasn't chasing weapons or anything. I like to do the raids, and I like to do Iron Banner every month or so. You know, like that stuff's fun. But like, I I started to play other games after that because we stopped raiding every week. We stopped trying to chase weapons and stuff. So I don't know. I think Anthem's fun. I think it's going to be fun, but I see a lot of people dropping off when the Division comes out and whatever the next couple seasons of Destiny are.
I mean, based on what I've heard, and I know we still need to get Lee's like real impression, right?
Yeah.
So, well, based on what you and Moose have said, like it seems they're working more towards playing together in an odd way. Like, I mean, it seems like you're almost trying to design an Overwatch squad. Like if all four of us were going to go play Overwatch, we'd probably pick players that A, we were good with, and B, that would fit with the other three.
That'd be awesome. We should do that. Yeah,
right. Let's try this weekend. But so I feel like maybe there's probably going to be some sort of, I don't want to say run based, like roguelike-ish, but maybe like try and get a better score on this raid. And I'm just throwing stuff out there. Like, I mean, I don't know how possible or plausible this is because I didn't play the demo because I don't play demos. But it seems like maybe they're, instead of trying to do it one-on-one or team deathmatch or whatever, maybe they're trying to say, let's see if we can get crews of people playing together.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like I think there's 4 different difficulties per mission and per stronghold. So like you can keep going and be like, okay, let's try this stronghold on hard because we're gonna get better loot for this, right? And you know, that's where like the Destiny comparisons come in. But I don't know. It depends on what the end game looks like and if they're gonna have raids or some sort of giant kind of goal for players to try to grind towards.
Okay.
Because you're not grinding for armor because all of your javelins are cosmetic based. So you can either buy cosmetics or unlock them in the game for free, right? And a lot of them are going to be unlocked from the get-go. So you're not unlocking armor. I don't know. The progression is just kind of confusing to me. I'm not sure kind of what the goal is, except for to play through this RPG and level up and be stronger and fight enemies. But I mean, that's every RPG. So I don't know what the multiplayer aspect end game is.
I think to answer that question, I harken back to, Moose might agree with me on this. It goes back to WoW and forming raid teams and getting that world first kill on a 40-man raid or a 25-man raid. Now, in this instance, it's a 4-person co-op raid, so you're not going to have the difficulty of gathering 25 or 40 people. But at the end,
get good, Anthem. Jeez,
that'd be cool though if you could fly in with like 40 javelin suits.
No, don't say that's because that was difficult to get 40 people to coordinate with each other.
You can match make every event in Anthem. So matchmake 40 people. Let's go.
40 people in those 40-man raids were not. They were fun, but they weren't at the same time. Let me just throw that out there. But because
it probably takes a good 5 seconds before you find at least 6 people you just can't stand in a 40-man party.
Yeah, exactly. even the 25-man raids.
God, imagine a 40-man raid in this day and age.
It's
because all of a sudden, you're just going to get someone who comes in trolling, going, "Yes, Trump, make America great again." He's like, "All right, someone get him out."
Yeah.
Now we have to find a 40th again.
But no, I think in the end, what Anthem might be trying to pursue is establishing, I guess, a niche in the 4-player PvE environment where people are getting together, doing world first, trying to go as fast as possible, trying to kill a high-end boss as fast as possible. And that's what a lot of the high-end guilds used to do back in the day, with whoever did it the fastest, whoever did it, in right after it was released. Whoever was server first. I mean, if you didn't get world first, okay, who's going to get server first? If you didn't get server first, who was going to have
do it faster?
The best guild? Yeah, exactly. Who's going to do it the fastest? Who's going to be able to do it who's going to be able to kill the boss in 15 minutes? Who will be able to do it in 10 minutes? Which goes back to improving your gear, because obviously you're going to need higher end gear, and in Anthem's case, you're going to need to have higher end, javelins in order to accomplish this. So that might be where they're going, what they're going after, that type of player who wants to do that, which I know those exist. I mean, I can honestly say I'm one of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean though, because like I don't know really what the end game of Anthem is, and if there's like a big raid that's like, okay, let's try to grind the gear out so we can do this 4-man raid or whatever, like that's what I want to know. Like what is that? What does that look like?
We'll find out eventually. I mean, we'll find out soon enough. They have to give us a better idea of what's out there after.
Yeah, they might also be hiding stuff till release.
Yeah.
Like there might be a gear chasing aspect.
Yeah, because
this, or like there might be blueprints out there to make weapons, and then like kind of like Warframe where you got to farm the materials to make the weapon. So you got to get the blueprint, farm the materials. There might be other aspects to like raiding, like there might be something else that they give you that's pretty cool that you're like, oh yeah, I want to get 3 of my friends together and go over there and like take on that quote unquote instance. You know what I mean?
When's that release date? When's Anthem's release date?
February 22nd, but for EA Access members, it comes out on the 15th. So
same day as every other game.
Yeah, pretty much. That's so funny. Everybody moved to get out of the way of Anthem, and now everything comes out on the 15th, including Anthem. Mm-hmm. Except for Days Gone. They moved way out of the way. 2 months away, in fact. That game looks cool, though.
I think, like, as someone who did not play the demo, I'm still watching it.
Yeah.
Whether or not I actually buy it, that's
I'll be
different question.
I'll be playing it only because I got that Origin premiere.
Oh yeah,
so it's there. I might as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm gauging pretty lukewarm receptions from all 3 of you. Is that about right?
Let me put it this way: like I enjoyed it. I had fun with what I saw. I'm not saying. I mean, I'm not going to go out and buy it.
Well,
on a different platform,
lukewarm does not mean you hated it.
Right.
It's just it's good, but it's not enough to make me buy it day one. Like if it comes out and they're like, holy shit, the story is amazing, the loot grinding is awesome, raids are cool.
Yeah.
But then again, I have a feeling since it's like sort of an MMO, there's going to be reviews in progress, and then we're going to have to wait like a week or 2 before we actually see a quote unquote final review. Because, and I agree with them, the people that are reviewing the games are going to want to have time with the final release and the actual length of the content of the game to finish it. You know what I mean? And I respect that, and I want that. So I know there's going to be a lot of, here's our review in progress, and then I'm just going to be like, I'm going to keep looking until it says final review, and then I can read that,
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Well, reviews in progress, I feel like a review in progress is kind of a dumb thing, just because it turns into, well, let's try and talk about the entire game without spoiling it.
Yeah.
The one thing that did bum me out about it, this is more of a personal thing, is that I would have thought that as a demo, they would have, specifically for the PC players, I would have thought they would have given the PC players a chance to stress test this game against whatever machine they were playing on. But it ended up being just a 1080p resolution with like barely any graphical settings really active.
That's how the Xbox One X version was. It's like there was no 4K HDR mode or anything like that.
I sat there and I'm looking through the menu and I said, well, too bad. I can't stress test this on my machine and see how, see if I can handle it or see what is available as far as graphical settings are concerned. But that was the only thing that really bummed me out.
I'm going to tell you this right now. That aquarium ass machine you have behind you better be able to handle Anthem.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's what I said.
If that can't handle Anthem, I think you're canceled.
Take your ivory tower.
I wanted to, because I have mine. I'm basically running 12K right now.
Of course he is.
So, of course, I wanted to say, all right, let me see if I can run this around.
Why I have a reaction to that? I should know.
I just wanted to see if it would actually even recognize all three monitors.
Gosh, 12K just hurts my brain.
Here's an interesting tweet from BioWare putting out an Anthem Lee Navarro Ivory Tower edition.
It runs in 12K and comes with a life-size javelin suit.
I want a life-size javelin.
That actually would be cool.
I probably
weird small print gonna be
within 10 minutes of climbing into that suit. I'd be out there blowing up cars.
Trump declares a state of emergency. Why don't I have one of those things?
You're fired. But the last thing on Anthem, because I know we probably want to move on from this subject, but playing this, I'm disappointed is the wrong word, but I know a couple weeks ago I said this was kind of my most anticipated game this year so far. And I honestly think The Division is moving past it.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Just because
that's where I am too.
Yeah, because I don't know. I really like what we're doing with Dark Zone Junkies and the Division stuff that we're doing, and playing the Division 1 again is kind of getting me really ready for that. So I don't know. I'm not disappointed in Anthem. I'm just my expectations for that game have changed significantly, I guess. So
based on what you guys have said tonight, you guys sound like when people got the Destiny demo.
Which one?
The first one. The alpha, where everyone's like, yeah, this is, I don't know what this is yet. And to which, I snidely want to, reply, oh, big freaking surprise. You didn't get the whole game. Of course you're not going to get the whole picture. But also
the wizard, it came from the moon.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything like that. So I guess it's, better than Destiny. We can call it that. Yeah. Because there's no dumb, stupid thing like that. But yeah, I this is kind of the reaction I expected. If it were the Division 2 demo and you guys were acting like this, guess what game I'm not buying? The Division 2. Just because
that's got a closed beta coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but also that's a known quantity.
Well, yeah, because of the first game. That's the thing. So I don't even need to try the beta to buy that game. Because I had it. Well, let's just change subjects and move on, because that's going to be another
conversation right there.
You're about to go on a rant, Moose.
Not a good rant, but yeah.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
I was going to say I had a lot of fun with the game. Enjoyed, the $60. I got my $60 worth out of it. I didn't do a lot of stuff with the Dark Zone, just because it was annoying as hell. I felt they didn't do a good job of balancing it if you were a player who was in it since the beginning, or you're a person who's just I'm happy to get into it. If you're just popping in the Dark Zone for your first time and somebody's been playing it for a year, you're fucked.
Yeah.
They did a horrible job balancing that. So they need to do a better job of matching you with people. Hey, here's use that Dark Zone level. Okay, you're only in with somebody 2 levels above you or 2 levels below. You know what I mean? Or something like that. It's just so that they're not completely and utterly destroying you and griefing you. And we already talked about that they're going to have turrets outside the entrance so that as soon as you enter, you're not getting blasted by somebody. but I think if they cleaned up the raids a little bit, I had no problem with the sponges, the bosses being sponges, because Lee, we're used to World of Warcraft where they're fucking sponges, and so I had no problem having to put like clip upon clip in somebody.
We're used to needing to see our DPS go up.
Yes.
We're used to trying to get our DPS numbers go up.
Yes, and so like it did a good, like, I mean, it had a good job, like progression, like go get this weapon, get this, get this blueprint so that you can make this weapon, and get better gear. But I agree with Jesse. They need to streamline the numbers a little bit. Like your electronics is in the 1,000, this is in the thousands. Doggo, yeah. and then you're like, I don't like, just boil it down. Like the light number for Destiny 2 is like great because it's like I'm 260 or I'm 250, whatever. That's a lot.
You're not 8,475,000.
Yeah, I'm 275,615. Damn, I need to be 622 to actually kill this boss. Like, no, just boil it down.
Not only that, but they also made it so difficult to balance all three aspects.
Yeah,
that you're trying to mix and match the right type of gear, but at the same time, okay, give me the numbers that I need. Help me find it by balancing it the right way.
Yeah, so if they fix all that, it'll be good.
And I think they learned a lot of lessons from a lot of the criticisms, which, by the way, a lot of the criticism that Division 1 had, I think they were overblown. In my opinion.
Oh, they were. A lot of it.
Plus, like a lot of it's been rebalanced anyway. Like I like going in, like how you used to go in and the game would kind of feel like if you're playing with someone even remotely higher level than you just get destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like that anymore. Like it actually feels like you can have a surviving chance. Like Jesse, Ed, and I were all playing the other day for something, and we were just kind of shooting stuff and. They were significantly higher level than me, and I was still like taking guys down, and it's
still enjoying it.
Yeah. It wasn't like dead,
so low level. You're like that. Like if I was that low level person, I was like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah,
this is not a lot of fun.
Overall, I think from the very beginning for me, it was enjoyable. I mean, I had fun. I mean, we played a few times together. I still had a ton of fun regardless. So. Yeah. And I fully enjoyed the storyline that they were developing because to me that was a great storyline. I don't know. I just think a lot of the criticisms were overblown, but they did a good job of responding, in my opinion, and changed it in a way that I think everybody could still fully enjoy the game in that iteration of it at the very end.
And what's nice is like their changes and adjustments. Gives you a good barometer of how well the sequel's going to do.
Right.
You're like, okay, they're actually listening. They're doing, they're changing this stuff. It's gonna, and then it's also like, hey, it'll come in at this level, but it could end up like way higher with adjustments and community feedback. So yeah. Anyways.
And as you mentioned, it's a known commodity, so it's something that you don't need to play the beta. You already know what's going to be out there. I already know what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm going to probably end up double dipping on it, playing it on PS4 and PC, and just because I like it that much.
Deshaun Malone, president and accounted for. How are you, sir? He's in the chat. I'm just saying hi.
Yeah, Deshaun.
Yeah,
buddy. I think we should move along.
Yeah.
I guess so. It's fine.
So, Division 2 going to be cool.
Yeah.
Anthem, we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
And apparently, Lee still plays WoW.
That's
a bad thing.
I will never stop.
Yeah. Never stop stopping.
Wow.
Never stop.
He's already planned his burial rig that'll just run WoW into eternity.
Yes.
It's gonna have
my tune will forever be logged in. my Tauren hunter will always be dancing like this.
Eventually, they're gonna have flossing and WoW, and you'll just be doing.
Oh God, no! Please no. They added Stan Lee in there too most recently.
Oh really?
Into WoW, yeah. They have there was also a memorial type of thing for Robin Williams. I think they did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or something. Yeah, but Stan Lee's also in there. So for all the terrible things that Activision has done to Blizzard, at least Blizzard.
What if you went in there? There was this graveyard that just said, "Oh, look, Uncle Ben."
Oh.
That's a Spider-Man reference, I think. That's his name, right?
Yes.
Isn't that his name? Okay, good. All right, so now we're moving on to we got user questions, everybody.
By the way, I watched Infinity War this weekend.
Yeah.
I was so bored the whole movie.
Was that your first time watching it?
Yeah, that movie was so boring.
You thought it was boring?
Yeah, I was so bored.
Why are you so salty all of a sudden?
He like movies. He doesn't like music. What do you expect?
I was so bored the whole time.
Why are you so salty all of a sudden? What happened to that like happy-go-lucky Corey that I used
There was like 2 hours and 10 minutes of setup and like 10 minutes of a climax, and then
yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, Lee. I still have Infinity War for you, by the way. I still have the 6 books for you.
Oh man!
Next time you come up, buddy.
That's like a year ago. We talked about that.
All right.
To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of the more recent Marvel movies, and the ones I have seen that everybody likes, I don't know why. I just don't care for them. So
you want to watch a good movie?
Yeah, got one.
Watch Sicario. I watched that this weekend.
Sicario's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. Oh man, it has nothing to do with comic books. It's an actual good movie. I'll say it just because I don't like comic book movies.
Facebook is reminding me that every single week last year leading up to Infinity War was filled with like a Marvel movie.
Yep,
that we watched, which I was like, that was actually a lot of fun to do that with my family.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember you posting that.
Yeah,
we're doing this movie this week and this movie this week. Yeah,
and it was like in such a chronological order. And the person who I think enjoyed it the most was my mother-in-law, who had never seen superhero movies at all. And she totally got sucked into each and every single one of them. She was so stressed for Winter Soldier the most because of like the intensity.
That's a good movie.
She was stressed throughout the whole thing. She was just like at the edge of her seat, biting her nails, going, "What is going on? What happened to him? What's happening? Oh my God! Why? I'm going, "Whoa, take it easy."
You know why I think I was bored the whole time though is because like that movie's been spoiled for me so much over the last like 10 months that I just knew what was happening the whole time, and I'm just like, well,
that'll do it.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
I don't know. So. Anyways.
I don't know if that says something about spoilers or bad writing. It's probably bad writing. So we have user questions. You can email the show, ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. Nerds Gone Rogue on Twitter. Ask us questions in the Facebook community. We'll answer them. We'll answer everything. The weirder the better.
Matt literally reads every question. I
do. In fact, I've been paying attention. There's another one you don't have on this list, Corey.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. Huh? But first, we have to start off with the man, the myth, the legend, Deshaun Malone. With Metroid Prime 4 being scrapped and restarted at Retro Studios, do you think Nintendo has enough to carry them through the next 2 to 3 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll always have something up their sleeve.
I mean, look,
Mario Maker coming over. You could see Mario Maker 2.
I feel like Deshaun's double dipping on the Nintendo Power Block question we had from him this weekend.
He's double dipping.
I feel like he's double dipping. So,
hey man,
we did it
on us, buddy.
He's earned it, as far as I'm concerned.
We did have a discussion on Power Block about this. Like, we were also talking about tentpole games and complementary games, and I think Nintendo has a ton of complementary games this year with Yoshi and Fire Emblem, the Marvel game that's coming out. They have a ton of complementary games. Their 2 tentpoles right now seem to be coming out really close to each other. It looks like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. because I think they're going to want to put that out in fall so they can get everybody excited for the Christmas stuff that they're going to. Because I see Animal Crossing to be their next quote unquote games as a service, where they kind of update it to be whatever. Plus, right now, I fell down a really deep Reddit rabbit hole on the toilet the other day about the games that are rumored to be coming out. I don't know why I had to include
Reddit rabbit hole on the toilet. That evokes some images. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Trainspotting?
it was really hot and steamy too because I was getting ready to get in the shower and I decided to,
that's sexy stuff right
there.
It
is. I just want everybody to get that image in their head.
I had that seared right there in my frontal cortex.
You should change your mood lighting to reflect how you feel about that.
Okay, how about Alexa change their lights to red there?
Bow chicka bow plop.
Yeah. Now he looks like a DJ at a strip club.
Coming up next, it's Cinnamon. Give a hand for Cinnamon.
But right now, the big kind of titles that are rumored, Mario Maker 2.0 is a big one. Metroid Prime HD Trilogy has been all but finished and ready to release when the time is right. Mario 3D World rumored to be ported, which will probably be their big Mario game next year, I would say, because you're not going to want to put out 2 Mario games in the same year, probably. So, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is being rumored to be ported over.
Oh, yes, that game's so good.
Wonderful 101 is rumored to be ported over.
Bring all the Wii U stuff.
Pikmin 4 is in development. There's retail listings popping up for Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection and Liberation Collection, so which is 3 in Liberation. They didn't pack the one that matters, which is Black Flag, but I digress. So, I mean, there's plenty, in even if it's not all this year, next year also. Plus, like Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein Youngblood are coming. There's a lot of rumored third-party support going to be announced. Not the February Direct, but probably the April or May Direct before E3. So, I mean, there's a lot. It'll be enough to carry Nintendo. The Switch is a hit. People want that content. Plus, the indies are still thriving there.
People be buying indies on Switch.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's enough there to hold people, to hold people's attention.
It's not going the way of the Wii U anytime soon.
Plus,
what do you think about that news, just in general?
Honestly, with how they were talking about how the rumors of how it was being developed, I'm so happy they scrapped it because they were doing this ad hoc development thing where one studio was developing assets, one studio was developing gameplay, one was doing level design, and then one studio was kind of putting it all together to see how it fit. And it just seemed like a hot mess of a development cycle. So Retro pitched it to them when they found out this game was in trouble, and Nintendo liked what they had to say, and they were just like, you know what, we're just going to scrap it. And that the Metroid HD trilogy was supposed to be announced at the Game Awards. They've all but confirmed it, right? And it's done and ready to go when the time is right. But a lot of people,
it just seems like 10 years too late. Like, because everyone was clamoring for Retro to be working on a Metroid game 10 years ago, but we got another Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, but I'm just
saying.
I know. And you know what? If they put out the HD trilogy, like, I think that'll bring a lot of people back in and get them excited for it. That seems to be a industry trend these days. But also that Star Fox racing game that Retro was rumored to be working on, the Star Fox Grand Prix, is also all but done. It's just being polished, and they've moved on to Metroid now. So there's that small team that's polishing it. It was supposed to be announced at E3 last year, but they felt there was too much going on, and they just didn't announce it. So I expect to see that game in August, to be honest with you. Right. Announced in June and released in August, which is actually a really cool idea for Star Fox.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, it's going to be more like a Diddy Kong Racing style Star Fox game than normal Star Fox or Mario Kart. So
I mean, space racing would be fun. Flying racing would be fun. Mostly anything to add?
Plus, if I get to shoot Slippy with a bomb.
Yeah, fuck Slippy.
Puts a bow on that cake. So. Oh, the other big game that's rumored to be this year too is Mario plus Rabbids 2. So, because Ubisoft wants to put out at least one game on the Switch every year, besides Just Dance.
Okay, I was gonna say they're doing that already. Moose, Lee, any thoughts on
Moose
Metroid?
I
I know it's weird. I'm saying one person's full name, but actually I'm addressing two people. It's weird.
I mean, if they had to do it, they had to do it. So I think they were prepared to do so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would not have done something that, I don't want to say drastic, but it's pretty big how they pushed it out like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you had to, you had to. Only because I would want them to delay it for the sake of the game itself, in order to provide us with something that we would all enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a half-assed Metroid because I've wanted a
good Metroid games don't sell. What are you going to do with a half-assed one?
Right. Yeah.
So that's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, I echo all that. Next question.
I mean, I just to echo Lee's point, like this doesn't seem like we're scrambling for sales maneuver.
No.
This isn't EA, canceling a Star Wars game so we can get one out quicker. This is
effed up, and we should have went to them in the first place.
And the thing too is like Nintendo came out and addressed everybody directly too, which was a good move instead of people just finding out randomly that, they canceled one Metroid project to move it to another studio. That was a good move on Nintendo to come out directly and say it themselves.
Well, you think people would, developers and publishers and would realize that. Just have, open, honest conversations with your customers and you'd be fine. Mm-hmm. In all honesty, if I know EA pushed out Mass Effect Andromeda because they needed to get it out and make some sales, but if they would have came out and said, listen, 18 months ago, we scrapped the game because it was not up to our standards. It's not up to our standards now. We have to go more time. I would have been like, fine. That game would have got shit on way less if they would have took the time to actually develop the game properly instead of putting that development team behind the 8 ball and being like, you have 18 months to make this game from scratch. Now, I will say, I think they did a pretty damn good job for developing in 18 months. Mm-hmm. Was it the best? Yeah. It could have been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Plus, they moved that game from. It could have
been Orc Slayer.
Plus, they moved. Not only did they redevelop that game in 18 months, but they moved all the assets from Unreal to Frostbite, which was probably awful.
That's probably most of the heavy lifting right there.
Anyways, yeah. So I think it's a good idea.
The original concept for Mass Effect Andromeda sounded really cool, though. It's going to be more of like a No Man's Sky than the Mass Effect game. It was going to be about exploration and resource harvesting and base building than like Mass Effect.
But then No Man's Sky came out and everyone's like, oh, and okay, so moving on. Samantha Cross. Sony's 2019 seems pretty light in terms of first party. Do you think any of the games announced will be out in 2019?
Yeah, Days Gone will be out in 2019. Medieval will be out in 2019.
Captain Obvious, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I'm here for, folks. I'll be here every Monday at 9 p.m.
There'll be a new MLB The Show. And
again, Captain Obvious.
Good one, Moose.
But it is light.
I missed that one. Good one.
I mean,
again, right.
At the beginning of the year, locked up, so this gives them plenty of time up until, I would say, a month after we see Days Gone. There will probably be an announcement, which would be May. So they might even just wait till June. They might just, they're not doing E3, but but they might do an announcement of their own and just be like, okay, here's the release date for Ghosts. Here's the release date for, or, here's the release date for Last of Us 2. Like, and they might have other things up their sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, they could have a bunch of stuff. When did Wipeout come out? That came out a while ago. They could be built. They could have put a developer on building that engine, building that game, and they could have a Wipeout in the works, because I know they put that collection out to see what the interest was, and I think it sold pretty well. I don't know the numbers on it, but it got a VR, VR
component.
Yeah, component. So it's obviously sold enough to where they're like, hey, let's add VR to this because it'd be cool. And I hear it's pretty freaking awesome. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that I'm sure they haven't even talked about. So, they're kind of like the magician, where they're like, hey, look at all this over here, and you're not watching what I'm doing over here. And what I'm doing over here is just as good as what I've got going over here. So they're just, I feel like this year will be really good. I don't think there's going to be any issue. My concern is them building for the next generation.
Yeah,
what they're going to do, because Microsoft is doing the thing of,
Microsoft's doing it in public right now.
Well, Microsoft is doing the whole thing of it's not the only platform you can play our games on. They're kind of like trying to go the route of being a Renaissance man. You know what I mean?
Everyone.
Yeah, but now they're swinging the pendulum the other way, and they've picked up indie studios. They picked up other studios. So now they're going to have a bunch of first party. So it's like, what is Sony going to do to combat that? If they keep plowing forward with their exclusives, they're going to kick butt. They just can't do what they did with the PS4 at the start of PS4. It'd be a vacant wasteland until 3 years into the cycle. And then it's like a game, 2-3 games every year. And you're like, I got too much to play,
Yeah. Well, look at the games that have come out in the last 3 years or so. Like, those studios are already working on games, and Guerrilla has 2 teams now. So, I still think Guerrilla's developing a Killzone for launch. And then Horizon will come a couple years later. God of War is going to have a sequel. Spider-Man's probably going to be the fastest turnaround for a sequel, to be honest, even though it's the most recent. Just because, unless they change locations, which I don't think they're going to try to do, they've already they've already done the hard part and build the groundwork for that. They just got to put new missions and enemies and stuff. I still think that's going to be the fastest turnaround. I still think Bloodborne 2 is a given.
That's a launch title. I think Bloodborne 2 is a launch title. I could even see Horizon Zero Dawn being a launch title. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 being a launch title.
Dude, if it's a launch title, I'm buying PS5 day one.
If that's 20, so it came out in 2017. So if they do 2020, that's 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe not a launch title.
I can see that the fall of the first year, though.
Yeah, the fall of the next year,
2021.
Yeah. If the console comes in 2020, now if they push them all out to 2021, that's fine, because then it could be a launch title.
I don't need new consoles in 2020. That's the thing.
I don't either. I got enough to play. I got a bunch of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. It just depends on when the developers, when they're going to be like, all right, listen, we're pushing the limits of what we can do with this hardware. We need new stuff. I mean, especially since I got Captain Canada talking in my ear, where the chipset between the PS5 and the PS4 is leaps and bounds over any generational gap that we've had before. So
yep,
yeah, it's he's been telling me it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm like, sweet, bring it.
It's gonna be pretty comparable to a mid-end gaming PC,
which would be nice.
Which if they release it at that price point that they're rumoring it to be. I mean, that's no mid-end gaming PC can beat that price point.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. None that I can think of off the top of my head, no matter what configuration you throw at it.
Release it, make everything backwards compatible, and we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's the thing, too. Easier, both of them. I'm sure Microsoft will still keep that feather in their cap, but that's a feather that Sony needs to add to their cap. I know they bought that streaming service, for PS Now. They spent a bunch of money on that. I mean, you want to get money out of your investment, but it's not. But also, like, the PS3 is like that architecture was hard to like do backwards compatibility with. So, since you should be able to do it with PS4 to PS5.
Yeah.
Still keep the PlayStation Now streaming service, but if I put my Dark Souls 3 disc into my PS5, that's for my PS4, I should be able to run it with no problem. Like that's what I would want is backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm. I mean, more so than any generation now, because I feel like we could talk about the chipsets and leaps and bounds. That doesn't necessarily translate to grand leaps forward game wise, because let's be honest. The only thing that's changed between now and the original Uncharted is Nathan Drake's face has more pores in it.
Yeah,
like that's really it. Now, sure, there are other like filling out the world details and things like that, but we're not going from 8-bit to 16-bit anymore. We're not going from 2D to predominantly 3D anymore.
Yeah. Like it's pretty much going to be photorealistic now, and that's the way it's going to be. Like it's just like, oh great, David Cage's next game will look more realistic and still be fucking awkward. Great, fantastic. We're not making many leaps here. Yeah,
but hey, better AI is probably a reasonable ask.
Yeah, like I feel like that's where we need to make the leaps and bounds. Better chipsets for the developers to have better AI. Like the AI in Far Cry 5 at some time.
It's great, isn't it?
Like, are you freaking kidding me? Dude, I'm standing he's standing like 10 feet away and he's turned like a 90-degree, like facing the other way. Like he could see me. And I'm the guy that's causing trouble.
Moose, you've watched me play Hitman. You've seen some of those guys can be looking at me and go, huh?
I know. It's like I want better intelligence. I mean, I look to the indies to see like innovative gameplay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's where I think it's at. So,
but all that said, I don't want the AI in Hitman to be better because it wouldn't be as funny if it was. I mean, the best thing that encapsulates all that is Moose was like, he waited for you to raise your gun.
Yeah. Or like the guys will come in and be like, could you come with me, sir? And you're just like standing there. So they go to turn around and walk out the door and escort you out the door. And you just throw like a rock at them and knock them out. And I'm like, that's not how like security detail would do it. Like they would like take you into custody. One guy would like cuff you, like, or at least he would get behind you and push you forward with the gun in your back. Like at the very, very least, like that's what should happen. But I mean, it's funny. It's just, I think they're going to try and, I don't want to say milk, but they're going to use the end of the life cycle of the PS4 to put out the releases. They got Ghosts, Dreams. The stuff that people are doing in Dreams, Medium Molecules, Dreams, it makes me want that game. People built PT in it.
That needs to be a PlayStation 5 launch title. Dreams. It should be the first title you get with PlayStation Plus on PlayStation 5.
See, that's why it needs to launch now, so that when PS5 comes out.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if it launches now and the slim factor that PlayStation 5 might not be backwards compatible, that slim margin, that game's going to die on the hill.
Oh yeah. But I think their problem is they've been keeping it behind closed doors too much.
Yeah.
And what they should have did was all those people that created the kick-ass stuff. They should have took their game to developers, other like third party and even first party, and been like, create something cool with this, and here it is for the world. You know what I mean? And this is what you can do in our game. Like I think the one game was called like Project Zero or something like that people are working with the people from Prometheus. And I'm like, that's badass. It's going to be like kind of like a walking first person shooter type thing. with story. So,
I mean, it was kind of like how Sound Shapes launched. Remember that? Where instead of like, walk with me on this one, you got the base game that was all those platforming levels, but then they had creators create content. Like Beck had, he got together with a developer and created levels around his music. Like a lot of people did. If Media Molecule took an approach like that with, you know, several indie developers, like, hey, create something in Dreams and we'll put it and give you kickbacks from it. Like, yeah, do that. Because then at least it shows some potential, rather than, because like Little Big Planet was cool, but I don't think those games were great platformers. But when the users really got into the creation stuff, those games became infinitely better. Not just because there was so much more content, but like the people that were doing the highest of the high end stuff in those games, that stuff was fun. And I hope Dreams has that. And I kind of agree with Corey that it should be a launch thing for PS5, but that also, yeah, like he said, it needs to be backwards compatible so people have time to ramp that stuff up.
Yeah. Like I could see I could see them. This would be the ideal situation. Launch it on PS4, let people mess around with it, and then when PS5 comes out, be like, hey, we're doing it's a PlayStation Plus game, but also you get a PS5 patch with like all new kinds of whatever assets, you know, sharpen up the imagery a little bit, add more CPU for, I guess, the intelligence of the AI.
Mm-hmm.
Think that handles the AI, Lee? I don't know.
Yes.
CPU? Yes. Thank you. I'm like, fucking nonsense.
Yes, it does handle the AI. Yes.
I was like, give it a bigger CPU. So
You really pulled through, Moose. Good job.
But anyway, I think
Hashtag guessing.
But anyway, it's now on my radar. Like they should have shown the stuff they're showing now. Like when they did that really awkward demonstration of the game. Like what was that? 2-3 years ago? 2 years ago might have been like an E3
at PSX where you saw like all the people.
Or
That was PSX.
Yeah,
it was extremely awkward.
but also like that's the only. I don't know of any other way to show how a creation suite. I don't know how to advertise a creation suite.
That's true.
I mean
that's the point.
I mean, because Media Molecule, like in a lot of, I mean, I don't know how front facing they've been with what Dreams is, but most of what I've come across is like, this is not so much a game as it is a set of tools to create with.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not saying that they're saying that, but I'm saying that like other folks have said that. Yeah. And I don't know how to advertise that. It's like, hey, I mean, it's almost like saying, hey, here's a hammer, some nails, and a screwdriver. Build what you want. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, but what is it? Like no, you build with it. Right, but whatever you want, but what?
What they need to do is they need to give like a starting ground. Like here are some predetermined environments. Here's some scenarios you can do. Like that's I agree with you. That's the problem. So you give somebody a creation box suite or whatever, and you're like, well, what do I create with this? Anything. And again, like to echo what you said, well, what do you mean anything? And it's like, no, anything. And it's like, okay. So
there's a reason Lego sets come with instructions.
Right, exactly. So it should come with a couple instructions and then say, hey, you know, by the time you reach the end of the tutorial, they're like, you have now learned all the tools you need. Come back to, go back to the instruction manual or see this website, because everything's online now. Go to this website for, frequently asked questions if you need, something to jar your memory, and then just be like, here you go. Just go out and do your thing.
I can understand that.
Yeah. Final question of the night. We only got 3. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. We have a 4th. I apologize. Kyle Rodenbacher. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. What are some games you think are severely overrated?
Oh, jeez.
Man, should have asked this first.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
BioShock.
What?
I'll go with Uncharted.
Final Fantasy.
Which one?
Which one?
All of them.
He's gonna say, yeah.
Okay.
Are
we gonna say why? Or
well, usually, I mean, he doesn't say why.
okay.
But also, like, here's Final Fantasy. It's the end of the world. You are. The world is basically a broken record. You are going to save it, and then you're going to end up at the beginning where you have to go save it again.
I don't know, man. Final Fantasy 15, you fight a giant mountain turtle.
Yeah, sure. And you're a boy band this time, but it's the same shit.
You're not a boy band. You're just a boy band wannabe. Overrated game.
The Backstreet Boys are in Japan, and they're going to fight a mountain turtle to save the world.
I'm really gonna say like Madden's overrated.
It is now.
I think a lot of people don't care for Madden as much as they used to, though.
I wonder if they've seen their sales dip, like Activision Blizzard has seen Call of Duty.
I don't know. They made $700 million off of Madden card packs alone last year. So
yeah, they don't care probably.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, FIFA and Madden are saving their business right now with all these canceled Star Wars games.
Yeah, but I feel like what is it? Sony Santa Monica does MLB The Show.
San Diego, Sony San Diego.
My bad. Oh, Santa Monica did God of War. They do more in the time frame that they have with MLB The Show than Timberon does with Madden. I feel, I feel like reading the reviews and looking at gameplay, like MLB The Show looks like it's like progressively better. Whereas in Madden, they're like, we're gonna add like all this shit, and you're just like, well, I want to sit down and relax and play a game, and now I got to remember how to pass the ball. You know,
they tweak the controls for it so much that it's like not a Madden.
It's not a Madden game. It's a fucking simulation.
It is.
It's like playing Gran Turismo when you're like, I just want to play Ridge Racer.
And the other thing, I mean, I think I'm seeing all of these tweaks for Madden kind of start seeping into NHL. I'm not, because I just want to play hockey. That's all I want to do is just play a freaking hockey game.
That's like, Lee, you would be in the same boat with me and Corey. Like, we talk about the Switch and like, just give me a remaster of like 2004 Madden, 2005 Madden, put it on my Switch and let me freaking play it. It will sell like hotcakes, you know?
NFL 2K5 coming on Switch.
Remaster NHL 94 for me and I'll be all set.
I don't need it to be like the Switch is. Listen, we all know Switch is not the best looking console out there as far as putting out graphics, but give me the gameplay.
Yeah,
you know, like you should be able.
Did you ever play Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey?
Yes.
Yeah. I played Wayne Gretzky 64, man.
That was the third game I had for
that was such
Nintendo
a fun
64.
game. Like, it was that mix of like NBA Jam and then NHL, like, you know, the NHL sim games. That's what it was for me.
Me and my buddy figured that if you pause the game while you were like charging down to the other goal, you could like unpause and it would like be an instant goal. Like you could shoot and it's like no matter what. It was like
I do remember that glitch.
So we would just do that to each other like all the time. The scores would be like 24-25 or something like that.
Only thing I did not enjoy, I didn't like about Wayne Gretzky. I don't remember if this was a possibility, but you couldn't really tweak the rosters. I think.
Yeah,
it was kind of like stuff.
Yeah, I don't think
it's because of all it was the limitation on the 64 cartridge.
Yeah, you couldn't move things around.
You could fight though.
Oh, those fights were amazing.
I know. It was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots on ice skates.
It was like when they were like, "Hey, we're just gonna put 3 players up.
Yeah,
we're gonna put."
There's going to be 3-on-3.
Yeah, exactly. 3-on-3, and it's a mad dash for the other goal if you break.
And I remember, like, the first time I saw the goalie turn into a brick wall, I'm going, whoa! That's a thing!
That was awesome.
Or when you'd hit like 100-mile-per-hour slap shot and the thing was a fireball, and going, that's a thing too.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think it had instant replay too.
Yeah.
And when you started doing instant replay, you could
It was instant
rewind.
replay.
I would rub that in my buddy's face. I'd be like, rewind, go, rewind.
He's like rewinding it slowly. See, like right here, this is the exact moment you messed up. Like right, see, no, right
I was
here.
I think I was 14. Yeah, I was 14 or 13 at the time when it came out. And so I was playing this guy who's like in his mid-30s or whatever. I remember doing the rewind thing, and he finally got so frustrated. He said, "Are we gonna play or what?"
That's funny. Yeah.
Is it weird that I think Ocarina of Time is overrated?
No, because I think it is too.
Some
But that's
people
just
don't like- I mean,
That's because I got stuck and didn't know you had to go back in time to finish the Shadow Temple, and that game's rubbed me wrong.
I'm not now overrated doesn't mean it's a bad. I'm not saying it's a bad.
Yeah, no. We didn't. This is
right. I don't
we think are bad. It's just,
right.
It's overrated.
yeah.
Like
I feel like Ocarina of Time is linked to the past in 3D. Like that's.
I mean, that's every Zelda game until Breath of the Wild, pretty much, except for
I know.
Majora's Mask and
yeah.
So yeah, that.
I think Pilot Wings is overrated. I'm just getting back to the question at this point.
Yeah. You know what? That's probably smart.
Metal Gear Solid, I think, is overrated too. Just as a franchise, it's not. I think, but like,
It's not a yeah. It's
Final
not a
Fantasy,
game.
I actually think is bad, but that's me. But Metal Gear Solid, I think, is overrated.
Pokemon's overrated.
I mean, Pokemon's overrated.
Yeah, I never really played them, so I can't really.
I mean, the last like 5 Pokemon games have scored between 7.8 and like 8.5. They're not like off the chart things, but what other games are overrated?
I think Mario Kart is overrated.
Ooh.
It's good.
Which one?
As a franchise.
Really?
I think Mario Kart 64 is super overrated.
No, it's the best one.
No, it's the worst one.
No, it's not. It's the best one.
Nah, I don't know. That Super Nintendo one's not great.
Yeah. True. Okay. It's the second.
That Super Nintendo was pretty.
It doesn't age well at all.
No.
Dude,
I threw mine on the other day, and I said, "This is not no, can't."
Yeah.
Even original Star Fox did not age well.
No.
Like looking back, I'm like, you're just flying around in this like triangle,
Yeah.
a literal flat triangle.
It's still the second best Star Fox game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair. I know people defend Star Fox Zero for some reason, but
You know, I didn't mind it so much. I played it. I didn't mind it.
I played it too. I couldn't get over I gotta fly with the sticks and shoot with the pad thing.
Yeah, exactly. That was it for me.
I just want to shoot the things that are in front of me.
Yep.
I can't even shoot when it's helping me shoot. Why do I have to not? I don't have any shooting assistance. I have to do it myself.
I also feel like we could probably bring some indie games into this where, I mean, really, and this is more of just a grand statement for me. Like anything that you're coming to because everybody else has said you should play it is automatically going to be overrated, because if you're coming into it expecting exactly what they say, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I were to sit here and say, hey, Moose, you should really play Persona 5 because it's really, really good. And he starts, and I list like 4 or 5 reasons why. And then he starts playing. It's like, nope, I am bored as hell. Why do you think this is good? I'm like, oh, well, there's no real way to translate it. So
That's true. That's a good point.
So yeah. But Persona 5, Persona as a series, not overrated, nowhere close. In fact, it's probably underrated. It should be more appreciated than it is. It should be more accessible than it is too. They need to put out some of those games again because those games are good.
Yeah.
So
Let's put the best one on Vita. It was probably smart.
Yeah, really.
I mean, aren't they available on PS2 though as classics or whatever though?
Probably.
PS4 as PS2 classics.
No more.
Like I think you can get 3 and original 4, but you can't get golden.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that was the end of Corey's list, and then the final question we have is from Alan Heinen. Where's Waldo?
In my pants.
All right, we answered that one.
He's probably being turned into a Netflix show like Carmen Sandiego.
Hey man, Carmen Sandiego was a good show. If they do that right, it could be good.
That cartoon isn't.
Yeah. If you even see like one trailer for it, you'll be like,
I tried to stomach one episode of it.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
There was an effort.
I like that game show, though. That game show was good.
You know what? The thing is that it ended up making me download a version of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on my phone just to play it.
Yeah, I think I saw your post.
Those games were so good, weren't they?
They were. I had fun.
They were good games. Like, I learned a lot about the world at the time from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. That helped me. It kind of helped me in history class at some point.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? No.
Yep.
They should find a way to bring that back. You know what? Bring Rockapella back too.
No.
It's too bad that the chief has.
They should bring back Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes.
I feel like I wanted that show to be better than it was, but I think I like that show because I just wanted to go on it. Like Double Dare, you want to go on that. You don't want to watch it.
Everybody always got caught at the same spot, though.
Yep.
I feel like that show is a scam. I feel like they didn't really have any prizes, so they had to catch the kids to like get out of fraud.
Probably.
Oh, this box that says there's a TV in here. It's just a box.
Nah, dog. No TVs here. Olmec's gonna eat you alive. Bye.
I just looked up the chief from the Carmen Sandiego series on PBS. Actually, she's dead.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's too bad she's left us.
I didn't realize she died like, oh my God, that was 15 years ago that
she died a long time ago.
Oh, well.
Everybody else is still around.
Good try, everybody. Nice.
But if they could find a way to bring that show back, I'd support it. I would. Show is good. Feel like we can end it here.
No more. Let's go. Keep going.
We're done with all our questions.
Somebody's got to go to work.
Yeah, I got to go to work.
Yeah,
whose fault's that?
I mean, you know what? You know whose fault it is? I'm going to say the U.S. government because I have to work for my benefits.
There you go.
Whose fault's that?
The government's. Let's not go into politics here.
It's not my fault. Mom and Dad moved to Canada in 1975. Okay.
What?
I'm tired. Okay, it's been dude. I've been staring at this computer screen for like 30 hours this weekend. I can't do it anymore.
Okay, let's get out of here. This has been episode 130 of Nerds Gone Rogue. My name is Matthew Keel. You can find me at @infinite_rewind on every social media platform conceivable on this timeline. We had a guest this week, Lee Navarro. Where can we find you, sir?
Oh, God. Well, do you want me to do my shtick?
Yes.
All right. I'll do my shtick.
If you can remember it, you can do it.
Okay. Well, my name is Lee Navarro, and I am 1/3 of the triumvirate that is Nerd Overdrive, featuring El Capitan, Ray Osorio, and the Queen of the Guild, Becky Rubin Navarro. You can join us on our community page, found at facebook.com/groups/PO Nation, where we discuss all the latest news and share all things nerd. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at PHX_Overdrive. And check out our previous shows on YouTube, youtube.com/Phoenix Overdrive, or you can find us via SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Phoenix Overdrive. You can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play Music by searching for Nerd Overdrive. That's all I can remember. I can't remember the rest of it. I don't know, there's at least like 2 more paragraphs where
can we find you then?
You can find me mainly on Facebook. Really, just search for me on Facebook.
You don't do the Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. My handle on there is Nisiar83, NISIAR
It's raisin backwards.
Spelled backwards.
Raisin backwards 83.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. Moose, where to find you?
That'd be cool if it was really raisin backwards. What is your name?
It really is.
No, I know, but I mean, like, if it was really the word spelled out raisin backwards.
Give me 1 second, Corey. Moose, where do you find you, sir?
You can find me at Svhenn, SvhennSwitch, on PlayStation, PSN. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. You can listen to me chat with Jeff, Mr. Hefe, and Jason, Gimpy J. Every Tuesday night, we go live around 9 o'clock to discuss the PlayStation platform on Nerds Gone Platinum. You can tweet us at NG_Platinum, or you can email us questions, comments, and concerns at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. And there's a phone number, but like 7 times now I keep forgetting to get it before I come to the show. Because Jason monitors it, and I'm like, I don't know what the number is. But anyway.
They do have a hotline. I've called it.
That's awesome.
And it is a very hot line.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Corey, where can we find you?
Take us home, sir.
You can find me at CoreyinHD 713 on Twitter, CoreyinHD on Instagram and Twitch. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, where we are doing our March giveaway right now for Yoshi's Crafted World for Nintendo Switch. We are giving away a digital copy of that game, so all you have to do is subscribe and post your subscription, a screen cap of your subscription in the Nintendo Power Block Facebook group with your favorite Nintendo memory, and you'll be entered to win. So that's our giveaway for this. You can also find me on various other things on Nerds Gone Rogue and NGRradio.com. You can also check out our new shows, Javelins for Hire, our Anthem show, Tower Casuals, our Destiny show, and Dark Zone Junkies, which is our Division show. So you can check all that out. You can also find all of our content on NGRradio.com. If you want to subscribe to a specific show, you just go to NGRradio.com/subscribe. You can find everywhere, any podcast service, any YouTube, anything you want to subscribe to. It's right there. So you can find Nerds Gone Rogue live every Monday at 8:45-ish. You can find it in audio form the following Monday, all edited and pretty for you, at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on your podcast service of choice. I want to thank everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Rate us on your podcast service of choice. I was told I was supposed to say rate us, so you should rate us. And until next time, we love you.
Banana and out.
You're welcome.
And loincloths.
You bet. I haven't done one of these in a while. What do you do here?
What's up?
Hey, Lee, what's up?
I don't know what we do here.
What are we doing here?
Raise the volume on your mic a little bit, buddy.
Okay.
Just a smidge.
It's a new mic, so hold on.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just letting you know. You're a little low.
I feel like Lee looks like he's about to launch a shuttle into space.
Look, he's got a control center behind him.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
How's that? Is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Maybe Lee's in space.
Live from Robert Muller's command center.
Live from the Moonraker base.
I'm trying out the Streambox, my streaming PC for podcasting instead of my main rig, so that's why this is kind of like weird looking. Huh? No, we're not live.
Well, technically we're live.
Technically we're live, but
look, what happens on the show it just happens. It just happens.
Becky's studying on the other side of the room right now.
Hi, Becky.
Matt says hi. What?
Hello.
Corey says hello. Moose won't say hi to you.
Hi, Becky. Let's studying.
It's because she's white. Moose won't say hi to her.
Whoa!
Because you're white, Moose won't say hi to you. That's why.
God damn.
That's what Corey said. Moose won't say hi because you're white.
I like y'all to know I'm the minority at work.
Okay.
I have no problem with her being white. It's nothing.
Go lay down.
Moose is like, I only like clear people.
No. That is a complete and utter fabrication.
You know what else Moose likes? English.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Alexa, set least light to white.
What was that?
I don't know what's happening right now.
I told Alexa to set my basement light to white because Becky set it to pink.
You have different color lights in your basement?
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the thing you should be worried about. He's voice activating the different colors.
I'm trying to go one layer at a time here.
Listen, when I get home from work or from wherever, all the lights in the house turn to blue because it detects my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they turn to blue?
I don't know, because blue's my favorite color.
Okay. That's
Like that.
Jeez, that's amazing, actually.
Lee, will you come redo my house?
Like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, what is the practicality of all this? Then I see your lights turn blue. Okay.
Ever since I moved to my new job, I've kind of spent like a shit ton of money on like upgrading everything that I wanted to. So we started getting like.
How high on the list was colored lights in your house?
It was not that high, but it was kind of.
It was not that high.
Okay.
It was one of those things I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's the colored lights are from the other huge budget projects that he had money left over for, and he's like, what am I going to use this leftover budget money for? Color lights. Why not?
Now she set it to green.
He's like, Becky. So we finished. We have a bunch of money left over. Let me pitch something to you. Colored lights all over the house. And she's like, all right.
Pretty much. That's what happened. And then we bought one of those Ring doorbells. I have one of those smart thermostats. Yeah, it's kind of. I got a little carried away.
I mean, if you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I've just never seen anything like this, so I'm kind of confused and amazed by all of it. So
Hold on. Here. See the green light?
Yeah.
All right.
Green means go.
Alexa, set the light to red.
Okay.
Yeah. Setting that mood. Drop it down some shades, baby.
Yeah.
Becky, I need you to come check out my motherboard.
Alexa, play some sexy music.
Becky, come look at my rig.
Alexa, play some baby making music.
No more baby making. We're done with that one.
Baby making playlist, volume 2.
You and Sonic can have the baby making music. We're done.
No, we did that once. We're good.
Track 1. Chocolate City by Parliament Funkadelic. I don't know why.
Track 1 of volume 2 is Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears.
Yeah, okay. Or it's Aerosmith Back in the Saddle Again. Could be in.
We're back.
I hate that song, by the way.
Back in the saddle again.
In fact, most of Aerosmith's catalog I actually can't stand. Should we start a show?
Yeah,
All right.
I hope you don't mind me eating a popsicle while I'm on the show.
Why are you playing Kingdom Hearts? Is that what was this?
He's gonna play God Eater and turn that into a sword.
Oh. All right, then.
All right. Everyone got anyone got the chat up? Because I do not.
I never have the chat open.
I do.
You're both.
Lee's a better contributor to NGR than I am.
And he's only been here 2 weeks. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna do it when we're talking. I'm not gonna do it now. Let's get us started, okay?
Do it, man.
All right.
I'm waiting.